the person at Costco today, when I went through the self-checkout, and I had a bottle of wine, because Jen asked me to get a bottle of wine. So I got a bottle of wine, and I'm going through the self-checkout, and she comes up, she saw I had the bottle of wine, she's like, all right. She goes up, she puts the thing in, because she's got to check your ID, right, or whatever. And she doesn't even check my ID. She's just like, you know what? You're good. I'm just going to put a date in here. She puts 1981. And I'm like, she's like, I don't know if that's what your actual age is, but it seems like it's like that's ballpark. And I'm like, I'm actually 38. I'm not over 40 yet. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's okay.
I would have been such a dick. Like, I'm 23 years old. What the hell?
I'm 19. Hello everyone, and welcome back to a wonderful night of Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, my name is Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And we have got a return to where?
McAlester, Oklahoma.
McAlester, Oklahoma. Thank you for looking that up. For Prairie Artisan Ales. Now, we've done a few things from them here on the channel in the past. However, very, very recently, they released what they call their beer, which is called The Weekend. I don't know where I was going with that. But this is the Bourbon Barrel-Aged version of their Weekend, which is an Imperial Stout. This thing comes in at a whopping 14.2%. Now, this is a tiny beer, a little 12-ouncer, but we want to try this one for all of you because we've heard very good things about this.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, this one is a bit interesting because this is a beer that has a lot going on. So this is an Imperial Stout, Bourbon Barrel-Aged with cocoa nibs, toasted coconut, marshmallow flavor, vanilla, and caramel color. So, I'm very curious. Now, a lot of the things I've had from Prairie have been decent. I haven't had anything like mind-blowing from Prairie. A lot of their stuff has been very high quality, but I haven't had anything mind-blowing from them yet.
Everything I've had from them so far has been out of their bomb series, so it's all kind of the same base with a bunch of different variants off of it, which I agree. Like I like what they have. I haven't really had anything I'm like, this is amazing. I gotta run back to it. So
yeah. So we're gonna try this one beer here tonight and see what we think about it. So let's get a little bit of nose on the Bourbon Barrel-Aged Weekend.
Oh, wow.
God. Like decadence.
Yeah, that's the perfect word.
I'm not getting a lot of bourbon, but I'm getting chocolate, vanilla.
I'm getting a lot of the coconut and the caramel.
Coconut. Like, it's very, very sweet.
Yeah.
Vanilla is the heavy character, actually, I think.
I think the use of the word decadent is perfect for this. It smells very rich, I know it's a horrible descriptor when we're talking about like smelling a beer because it's not really distinct and everything, but it smells like a very rich, decadent, thick beer, which
it smells like a brownie.
Yeah.
It smells like a brownie.
Yeah. I'm getting the coconut, I'm getting the caramel. I get the vanilla too. To you, it might be the prominent. I'm getting kind of everything all at once.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying prominent, but everything's there. Yeah. It's all there. And it is the weekend when we're recording this. So, might as well celebrate the weekend and kick it off with a Bourbon Barrel-Aged version of it. So, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, man. So first thing for me, I mean, it's got to be pointed out, is the mouthfeel on this. This is a thick, heavy beer. This is definitely desserty beer. The bourbon's berried, but you definitely get, I'm getting the coconut, I'm definitely getting the caramel notes to it, I'm getting like a nice vanilla sweetness all the way through. All the flavors are there though.
Yeah, definitely in the dessert beer category, but not quite the pastry stout category. It's not that thick. It's somewhere between medium and heavy. It's definitely, mouthfeel on this is beyond the traditional imperial stout heaviness, and I think all the flavors here really add to that, but definitely somewhere between medium and heavy, not quite pastry stout category. As far as the tasting notes, like right away, you get chocolate. Like chocolate is the first note on this for me. Chocolate with a little bit of bourbon. I'm getting the bourbon through that. I pick it up at the front end of the palate. Middle of the palate, it's more coconut and vanilla, and then the vanilla is what lingers for me. The vanilla is what sticks around. All those characters are there. This is really freaking good.
It's tasty. It's a damn good beer. I think the flavors balance each other out so well throughout the whole thing. Where like it's not like, it's a bit of a roller coaster of flavors in a really good way. You get a little bit of everything along the way. The one flavor I'm getting probably more, I think maybe you're mentioning, is I get a lot of caramel, and like it's just that nice sweet caramel kind of all the way through with those flavor profiles that you mentioned at the exact point. So that's a tasty. That's really damn good. It's really good.
So the comparison beer that I have to this, as far as flavor, as far as characters, as far as tasting notes, shockingly, we were talking about this right before this video.
I already know where you're going. Is
the Black Gold, the cookie Black Gold from Central Waters. This is on par with that, in my opinion.
I don't disagree. We've had some beers, actually recently we've had a couple beers on the channel where like, they're like, oh, we have all these different flavors and everything, and it just misses the mark. Either hits one way too much or not any of them at all. This one, just the balance is so well done, and like to your point, like I personally find this to be a thicker beer than I think you're saying, but it's not a pastry stout, to your point. It's not like that like milk stout pastry.
It's not like it's gonna overwhelm you.
No.
It's just like, oh my god, it's like drinking motor oil. That's not what this is. This is definitely drinkable. Wow, well done, Prairie.
So where are you sticking this one on Untappd?
4.75.
4.75.
I'm going 4.75 on this. That's where I put the Cookie Black Gold. This is one of the better beers that I think I've had. It's just, everything's here. Everything's where it's supposed to be. The bourbon is there, subdued. That's the one thing that I think you could see. I could see a little bit more adding to this. But the flavor notes that they got out of this with the vanilla and the coconut and the chocolate, it's just, it's sublime. It's good.
I want to say 4.75, and you kind of stole my thunder. If the bourbon came out a little bit more, I'd give it a 4.75. So because the bourbon isn't quite there for me, I'm going to give it a 4.5. But like, this is like honestly, it's like a 4.62. Like it's right there where it could be a 4.75. I'm just saying that's halfway between.
Sure, all right, fair enough.
It's the math. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5. It's a damn good beer, and if you can see this one out, definitely grab yourself a bottle because it's one of the better beers we've had on this channel so far. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I just think it's missing that slight bourbon niche to give it a 4.75. So I got a 4.5.
I think that's fair.
So.
Well done, Prairie.
Absolutely.
You've redeemed yourself on the channel. Nothing we've had from you has been bad. This has been
knock your socks off.
Off good. So well done. If you've tried this, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. What did you do?
You were clapping like a weirdo.
Yeah, like the monkey does.
Monkey with the
That's what happens in your fourth video of the night. If you've tried the Bourbon Barrel Aged Weekend, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We are on Facebook. We are on Untappd. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. Check us out here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see all of you in a future episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.